Right, I was 17 years old when I met Joe. I flew out there, and I was pretty much the longest contracted athlete in IFBB, going on for about maybe 14, 15 years under a Weider contract.
Wow.
And I pretty much lived with Weider out there in Woodland Hills, California, when I was out there as a teenager, and you know, competing, and I worked for the publications. That's how I got so many covers, pretty much. I was a Weider boy, so I had a good time, and it all panned out well. Sports changed a little bit today from what it was back then, but I was lucky to be in it while it was really good, and also when Weider was around, when he still in the publications. So. I had a good time and a good running with it. Today I would be the small man on the block on that stage. But, back then it was a different ball game, I was just lucky I was in it where the guys were the same size and the same playing field in the 220s and 230s. When I was competing with Lee Haney was 235. Monster. Now we got 300 pounds and they're still, moving up.
Unless we change the judging procedure, and unless we do something about where they stop just using guys with the thickest neck and the biggest muscle, but not look as pleasing. Because look at the old days.
And I see the Lee Labradas, and I see the Barry DeMays, and even the Bob Parrish. That was work of art. A guy can stand on stage and do this, and it was like achievable beauty. Today, it's hard to see that beauty it had back in the day. And it's not the athlete's fault. It's the judging fault.
Steve Reeves won, and you saw him on the beach. You say to yourself, I would love to have this guy's body. Wow, look at how beautiful this man looks. But that's not what you can say about those guys the day they win those competitions. And so what I'm trying to tell the judges is that you got to go and look at everything. Like, for instance, so many of those guys have their stomachs sticking out.
They talk about that all the time, Eddie. They say, the 80s and 90s were the better physiques. What do you feel? Do you think those were better physiques than the physiques today?
Well, I'll tell you what. When I competed, if your gut hung over your bikini, you didn't place. Nowadays, you don't place now unless your gut hangs over your bikini. Enough said. I ain't going to go any further than that.
What are we talking about here? I mean, it used to be that you should have a V-shaped body. Now, I don't know, it's like kind of like a bottle-shaped body or something like that. But it's a weird thing that is happening on stage that no one can pull in their stomach anymore for a long period of time.
Today, I hate to say it, it's like a circus act anymore. It's like the biggest, freakiest dude on stage, Let's go see that. And that took away a lot from the sport. And it took away from my passion love, because I didn't want to play that game and be that huge, and, I want to be aesthetic, look good, feel good.
Even today, I mean, people talk about your physique like you were still one of the best, I mean, regardless of how many titles you might have won or not won, I mean, I think people still regard you as one of the best physiques ever.
I appreciate that, but I tell you what, today, at my best, I don't even think I can make the top 10 in that lineup. I mean, they're of the 300 pounds, and I was like 225, and my peak to 230. Wow. So I was lucky to retire when I did. I was lucky to have all the good contracts with Joe enabled for me to retire and just do what I want to do now, which is I was very blessed, and I thank God, and I was very lucky. Very lucky that
we
time.
Wish you the best luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Right. So if I will be like a judge, I ask myself always the question as a judge, forget it now that I have been Mr. Olympia and all this, but let's say I'm not a judge and I sit there. The question is, whose body do I want to have? Just make sure that we are rewarding the right guys, because if you reward the right guys, then everyone will start training to have a beautiful body again. So we have given the award yesterday, as the Lifetime Achievement Award to Jim Mannion. But that does not mean that we cannot disagree with him, because he is in charge of judging. He is in charge of picking the judges. And we have to talk to him, and your magazines, and also on the internet and every other means there is, call out on him and call out on those judges.
It's not the athlete's fault. It's the judging fault.
Because that's how you create change, is by calling out and getting involved and saying, this is unacceptable, the way bodybuilding is going. We don't want to see...
Thank you!
We want to see the most beautiful man, the most athletic man up there on stage.